What's up, everybody? I want to take this time to talk about today, February 5th, 2022, year of our Lord, and then talk about last week as well. I'd scheduled myself to attend a UC Santa Barbara game today. Because of all the cancellations I've had on this tour, I've stopped buying tickets in advance, but it turns out for Santa Barbara, I needed to do that because only people that bought tickets in advance or season ticket holders or students were allowed into today's game, which meant I did not attend today's game. I mean, I had the script written for today's game and everything. I was going to talk about UC Santa Barbara's previous tortilla tosses and how they got technical fouls for throwing tortillas on the court. So back when I haven't toured a lot of the venues, what would have happened previously is I would have just gone to another game and you would have been none the wiser. If I had known that I wasn't going to be able to get into today's UC Santa Barbara game, if I had known that this morning, I would have gone to Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Like if I found out at 8 Pacific. But I didn't find this out until 11 Pacific. And that meant I wouldn't have made it in time. So, there's no game today. It's my fault though, because UC Santa Barbara had the same policy for their game Thursday night. And I could have easily done research on this before the game like I should have. UC Santa Barbara's next home game is February 17th. And I've already bought a ticket for that one. I also went on ahead and bought a ticket for the UC San Diego game on the 10th. So I've stayed in Santa Barbara to DoorDash. It's a good market, and I'm probably going to stay around for a few more days. The next game, Lord willing, of course, is going to be San Jose State on the 9th. As of right now, I'm still on target to reach my February 21st deadline of seeing every school in the Western United States. I've added a few Texas and Midwest schools. As of right now, I'm scheduled to hit 68 schools before the end of my tour. Very appropriate given that that's how many teams are in the NCAA tournament, but I think it'd be really nice if I added one more, don't you think? You know what, none of that may happen. You know, things have changed so quickly. But I want to go back to last week real quick. So last Monday, I went to Wyoming, and I got to see a couple of my college friends, Chase and Brittany. They were in the intro. I actually, when I was thinking about that video, because I've been thinking about that for a while, I wanted them to be in more than just the intro, but things happened in that game and I didn't think about it while I was recording. Brittany left pretty early. She was there to give me and Chase tickets to the game. We both got free tickets to that. By the way, that was like the second game I've had a free ticket to. I could be wrong on this, but I believe she's a PhD candidate at the University of Wyoming. So point is, Chase and I are in the student section. With about 7 minutes to go in the first half, a security guard comes up to me. I'm recording this game. And he's telling me I'm not allowed to record. You notice in that video, there's a one shot where we're in the student section and then the next shot we're high up. That move was going to happen regardless because when I was in the student section, I was getting obstructed views. For that rest of that first half though, I was pissed off. Eventually I calmed down and I realized that that security person was just doing his job. I'm not mad at him and you should treat him with respect, but I also kept recording. And if I didn't keep recording, you'd have never gotten that guy doing the Cotton Eye Joe dance. Keep doing what you do, Matt. I love you, man. Anyway, me and Chase leave the game and we go back to where Chase and Brittany live. And they were nice enough to let me stay over that night. Man, I really appreciate that. So the next day, Brittany told me not to go to Wichita, but I didn't listen to her. I went to Wichita. She was right. I shouldn't have gone to Wichita. At the end of that Wichita State game video, you may have saw me briefly squint my eyes. It was because it was sleeting. I was originally scheduled to go to Southern Utah University that Thursday. The Wichita State game was on a Tuesday. What ended up happening was Kansas got a good bit of that winter weather. And it would likely be worse in Colorado, which I would have to drive to get to Utah. So I made a detour through Texas where the roads were still icy and it was still freezing. And I ended up switching the Southern Utah game with Grand Canyon. Now I knew Grand Canyon was a decent program, but I didn't know that the students were that into it. They were tailgating for a couple hours before the game, and the student section was lit the whole game. I was expecting the Wyoming game to be lit because it was a rivalry game. I wasn't expecting Grand Canyon to be that lit, but it was even more lit than Wyoming was. And I hope that Grand Canyon video takes off. It's only got about like 16 views last I checked. It really deserves a lot more than that. If you have a chance to see a Grand Canyon game with the students in session, you need to do it. It's worth it. Trust me. So now I'm in Santa Barbara with nothing scheduled to do for the next few days. I'll probably deliver groceries for people. Try to make some scratch. So the 9th, I plan on going to San Jose State. The 10th, UC San Diego. I'm going to drive on the 11th and the 12th. Hopefully I'll be in Lubbock for Texas Tech. And then the 13th, UTEP. Now, Texas Tech is an interesting one because it's on the border between the Midwest and the West. I haven't counted it as West because it's in the Central Time Zone. But one could make the argument as West. Anyway, I figured by me doing Texas Tech, that'll eliminate any argument of me not actually attending every venue in the mainland West. Anyway, I wanted to upload something today because I'm not going to be attending a game for a few days. So I wanted to just keep y'all in the loop on what's going on with moi. But man, I really appreciate y'all's support for this channel, for this project. It means a lot to me. Every subscriber, every comment. I just appreciate all your support and all your feedback. I would love for there to be a season 2. I don't know if that's going to happen. It's too far in the future. I want to enjoy the next few weeks. Keep in mind, driving's dangerous. Any game could be my last, Part of me wants to continue this, but part of me wants a stable life. I was an accountant before I did this. I have an accounting degree. And if I were to keep doing this, then my accounting degree was for nothing. And if I go with the accounting degree, then I've got to stop doing this. In accounting, the busy season is January through April, which coincides with the second half of the college basketball season. In a few weeks, we're going to have to start making decisions. And that may result in this being over or not, but we'll cross that bridge when it gets here. The point is, I'm having a lot of fun right now, and I'm really grateful that y'all are following this journey. And I hope you're liking this, because y'all are key to the success of the future of this project. So I love y'all for it. So that's really all I've got to say for right now. I'll see y'all in the next video.